Have you ever seriously wondered what it really takes to become a licensed esthetician? You know, it's so much more than just loving skincare. It is a serious journey of science, hands-on skill, and hundreds of hours of training. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that 750-hour curriculum and see exactly how a pro is built, right from the ground up. 750. That's the number. That's the amount of hours standing between you, an aspiring student, and a professional license, at least here in Kentucky. Now, that sounds like a lot, and, well, it is. But what on earth do they pack into all that time to turn a passion into a real-deal profession? Because, let's be real, it's definitely not about just clocking in and out. It's about following a super detailed blueprint, one that's designed to build you a long-term, successful career. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at that plan. Okay, I want you to think of these 750 hours like the blueprint for building a house. You can't just put up the walls and start decorating without pouring a solid, reliable foundation first, right? Well, in the world of aesthetics, that foundation, it's built with science, theory, and professional ethics. Now this is where it gets really interesting. Look at this breakdown. The biggest chunk, a whopping 465 hours, is all about hands-on clinic and practice. That's more than 60% of the entire program. But see how it's all held up by 250 hours of deep theory and science, plus a really crucial 35 hours on Kentucky's specific laws and regulations. It's all about practice, but it's foundation first. So yeah, let's start right there with that foundational 250 hours of theory and science. Because before you ever touch a client's face, you absolutely have to understand the why behind the what you're doing. I mean, this is what separates a technician from a true professional. And this slide just says it all. Knowing how to do a facial is a skill, for sure, but knowing why you're using certain products, why you're doing a certain massage technique, that ensures safety, it delivers real results, and it's what builds that unshakable client trust. It's like the difference between just following a recipe and actually being a chef. And, you know, the foundation isn't just about biology. It's also about building a professional. These so-called soft skills, communication, ethics, how you present yourself, these are the things that build client relationships and keep them coming back. You could be the most technically gifted esthetician in the world, but without this stuff, you're not going to build a lasting business. And then we get to the hard sciences. Look, infection control is number one. It's totally non-negotiable. Anatomy is basically your roadmap of the human body. And chemistry? Oh, chemistry is your superpower. It's how you look at a product label and know exactly how it's going to work with a client's specific skin type. Even understanding electricity is critical for safely using all the cool modern equipment. Okay, so the foundation is poured. The concrete has set. Now it's time to actually build the frame of the house. This is where those 465 hours of hands-on training really come into play, turning all that science and knowledge into skills you can actually use in the real world. So this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? How do you go from a book to a real person's face? I mean, you don't just jump in. The whole process is structured so carefully to build your confidence and make sure safety is always the top priority. And here's that path, laid out perfectly. First, you watch a pro, your instructor, then you practice on mannequins. No pressure, right? And only after you've nailed the technique there do you move on to working with live models. And even then, it's always under the close supervision of an instructor. It's a total crawl, walk, run approach. And what skills are we talking about here? Well, all the core services you'd hope for. From the art of a perfect facial and the science of advanced skin treatments to the precision of waxing and makeup artistry. Honestly, this is usually the most exciting part for students, where all that theory just clicks into place and they start to feel like, wow, I'm actually an esthetician. All right, now for the final part of our blueprint, putting on the roof and getting the keys to the front door. Because hey, a license is one thing, but a thriving career is something else entirely. This part of the curriculum is all about getting you ready for the real world. And this is so important. The training doesn't just stop with the technical skills. It prepares you for the business of beauty. You learn how to market yourself, how to keep clients happy and coming back, how to manage a spa, basically everything you need to build a portfolio that actually gets you hired. This is what turns your passion into a job you can actually live on. So at the end of the day, this is the goal. When you combine that technical skill with being legally aware and ethically grounded, you don't just get an esthetician. you get a true professional, someone that clients can trust and the whole industry can rely on. This quote from the founder, Dee Tran, it just perfectly captures the whole philosophy. This idea that following the law isn't just a box you have to check, it's the highest form of professional service you can offer someone. That's a really powerful way to think about it. So there you have it. That 750-hour journey, it's intensive, it's structured, and it's a comprehensive blueprint for success. It's a huge commitment, no doubt about it, but it's one that builds not just a set of skills, but a lasting and rewarding career. So the only question left is, are you ready to begin?